the 3 R's that we talk about all the time: recruit, retain, reactivate. That's what we're trying to do. Get more people hunting, fishing, shooting, boating. That's our job. Yeah, of course, recruitment, obviously, that's pretty easy. It's in the definition. We're trying to get more new people in it that have never done it before. And that could be kids, that could be adults, it could be any millennials, Generation X, whatever they are. Somebody new into the sport. Recruit, retain. We're going to retain them. So those people that we do get recruited, we're going to keep them. How do we keep them? Social aspects. Keep them in the mix. Yeah. Not just tell them how to do it and then leave them alone. Give them the tools to keep it going. We're trying to get them connected. Okay. Yeah. It's all about connections, whether it be with people, with the outdoors, or with themselves. There's so many distractions in the way. We're trying to remind them that distraction is not as good as this connection. And if you make that human connection with the outdoors, you're going to have them for life. That's the second one. The last one's reactivation. Obviously, that's where we're trying to get somebody back into the sport that hasn't been there for a while, whether it be family, injury, who knows, something that's happened in their life to where they've gotten away from it, and we're trying to get them back into it again.
Yeah, having those programs for adults, I think, is huge. Because they're the ones that can drive. They have the money, so you got to get them out there, and then they'll bring their kids along. They'll bring the whole family along.
One thing cool about R3 is, everyone's journey is kind of different. My journey is not the same as Matt's. Matt's journey is not the same as yours to become a hunter. It's cool that we get to kind of be a part of someone's journey and kind of usher that new hunter in. So that's what kind of thing that kind of drives me to do that. It's fun to watch.
Won't you take me back to Tennessee?
The award-winning Tennessee Wildcast is on the air with the latest info about hunting, fishing, boating, wildlife watching, and all things outdoors. This episode is brought to you by GSM Outdoors, whose vision is to preserve the sportsman's legacy, fuel innovation, and enable the next generation of outdoor enthusiasts. Think outside. That's where you'll find us. Now, make welcome your host, Jason Harmon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Tennessee Wildcast. We're glad you're tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We got a fun show lined up for you today. It's all about outreach and education.
Yes, and we're broadcasting everywhere, including radio.
Yes, we are.
We got a station we want to just shout out to today. Whiskey Country 105.1, 95.9, serving Tullahoma, Shelbyville, and it spills over, no pun intended, into Lynchburg. So that henceforth, Whiskey Country. Makes sense to me.
I think it's awesome. I appreciate our radio partners. We got so many across the state, which are great. And we appreciate you guys out there watching, listening, sharing, liking. Click that bell if you want to find us on YouTube and be reminded when a show comes out. It's every week, so keep coming back, keep watching. It's going to be a fun show today, Don.
It sure is.
We got Mr. Matt Clary with us. He is our Assistant Chief of Outreach. And then we have Daniel Musselwhite, our Wildlife Education Program Coordinator. And Daniel's new to the TWRA, so we're going to get to learn a little bit about him and make fun of his love for Auburn football.
It's not our hero. Or Eagle anyways.
No, I like to give him a hard time because, around here we pull for the Vols. I don't know what his deal is, but we'll figure that out.
We're still trying to figure it out ourselves, so it's all right.
I do, unless they're playing for the Huskers.
That's right. Yeah, you got to pull for Nebraska every week as well. Well, anyway, it's going to be a fun conversation today, and it's kind of bittersweet.
That's the word I was about to say. Yeah, with Matt leaving.
I know. What's the deal there, man?
Man, I'm moving on.
The big R word.
That's right. I'm early retirement, I guess you could call it, but a transition from this job to another. Really, I'm retiring from this one, and I'm going. That's right, going a new chapter, working for IHEA, International Hunter Education Association, running their business development side of the program, and excited. Some really good things coming down the pipe with dealing with hunter education, and hopefully we'll be able to support the states in the future. Be back in Tennessee, maybe do some stuff here.
Yeah.
But the coolest part of that, it's a remote job. So you may see me out west. You may see me up north. I may follow the seasons. You never know.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool to be able to do that and explore the state. I mean, you got kids that are out and about across the state too, so across the United States. So
that's right.
That'll be awesome for you and your family, and I'm sure IHEA will. They're getting a great candidate, a great employee. So I know you'll do great things there. And
hunter education has been his life for a lot of years.
Yeah, was coordinator over in Region 3 for like 20 years, and it's always kind of been my bread and butter, I guess you could say.
Right,
Kind
yeah.
of the very first R3 program, I guess you could call it in for TWRA in a way. And it's just part of the whole genre of getting kids out there in the woods, and I think it's going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and you say kids, but even R3 is not just about getting the kids out there; it's about getting the adults. We're going to dive into some of that today in our conversation. So, yeah, we'll miss you, Matt, but we know it's going to be good things ahead for you.
I appreciate it.
Daniel Musselwhite.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Daniel. You're new to the agency. Tell us a little bit about your background, what brought you here, and
Yeah.
then we'll dive into more.
So I started with TWRA back in April, mid-April, but graduated from Auburn, started my career with Alabama Game and Fish. I was down along the coast for 8 years. So lived the coast life for 8 years. Then
Nice.
As a hunter ed coordinator. And then I moved to Huntsville, Alabama for a couple years. And now I just keep on making my way up I-65. Looking to call Tennessee home for the next 30 years till I retire. So I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, awesome.
Good deal.
Moved up to God's country up
Yeah.
there.
That's right.
Well, so when you were in Alabama, you were in law enforcement, right? Not
Yep.
Also hunter ed, but law enforcement and things
Yep.
like that too.
So started, incorporated with law enforcement was hunter ed. So hunter ed coordinator. Then I got to kind of cherry pick all the fun stuff to do with law enforcement. But kind of started the R3 program down there. Built some great stuff. Doing some 1-day deer hunts. Of course, NAS was involved also with starting some of these firearms 101 courses there that we're going to bring here out to Tennessee.
Awesome. Well, when you're not working, what do you love to do?
Unfortunately, I'm a big duck hunter, so
Okay.
duck and bird. So love to hunt, of course. Love to watch football. Even though it's not Auburn football all the time. Yeah, my fiance, she went to Alabama, so
House divided there.
It is very house divided. Saturdays can be a little troublesome around the house, but it's been good. So love to go out to Kansas, upland hunt. I mean, one thing I love, of course, I want to kill a quail or pheasant or anything, but I love watching the dogs. Having those setters, and pointers. I have a little Boykin. He does his little thing, but that's one thing I truly value about that is watching the dogs.
That's neat.
That's cool. Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Hey, we throw that R3 terminology around. Maybe we ought to refresh for those who aren't quite as familiar with that as we are, because we kind of eat, sleep, and live
breathe
it every day.
Yeah. Yeah, let's jump into that. The R3 movement is real and it's happening all across the United States. And jump in and remind folks what it is and a little bit about what we're doing here in Tennessee.
Yeah, so the 3 R's that we talk about all the time: recruit, retain, reactivate. That's what we're trying to do. Get more people hunting, fishing, shooting, boating. That's our job. 25 years ago, I never thought that we would have a position that would be pushing for that, as well as a whole division kind of that runs that. But
Because
really,
it's really statewide. I mean, really agency-wide. Yeah.
That's exactly what we were talking about the other day, is that the beauty in it is it's not just one program. It's not just one division. It's everybody working together to do the same thing.
Pulling in the same direction.
Exactly. So that's the cool part about it, is that we don't just have to be the one person that does it or the one program that runs it. It's like, okay, let's coordinate this together. Let's collaborate. Let's see how we can make things better down the road. And then it makes it easier for everybody, I think.
Yeah.
As far as time and money.
Well, break it down a little bit. I mean, it's probably pretty easy to understand, but recruitment, retention, and reactivation. Just kind of what falls in those little parts there.
Yeah, of course, recruitment, obviously, that's pretty easy. It's in the definition. We're trying to get more new people in it that have never done it before. And that could be kids, that could be adults, it could be any millennials, Generation X, whatever they are. Somebody new into the sport. Recruit, retain. We're going to retain them. So those people that we do get recruited, we're going to keep them. How do we keep them? Social aspects. Keep them in the mix.
Yeah.
Not just tell them how to do it and then leave them alone. Give them the tools to keep it going.
Well, there's so much going on that can pull people away, whether it's sports, video games for kids or whatever, other activities like golf and those dumb sports, right, Dan? No, golf's great. So many things can pull them away from the outdoors, and that happens very easily.
Yep. We're trying to get them connected. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all about connections, whether it be with people, with the outdoors, or with themselves. There's so many places that disconnect them from that, and distractions are in the way, obviously. You can blame anything you want. You can blame it on technology, screens, whatever you want to do. Whatever that distraction is, we're trying to remind them that distraction is not as good as this connection. So that's really what we're trying to do. And if you make that human connection with the outdoors, you're going to have them for life. I really believe that.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the second one. The last one's reactivation.
Reactivation.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Reactivation. Obviously, that's where we're trying to get somebody back into the sport that hasn't been there for a while, whether it be family, injury, who knows, something that's happened in their life to where they've gotten away from it, and we're trying to get them back into it again. So there's different things that we do for different people. We survey those people to find out what they need, how we can communicate with them, and then we connect to them where they're at. This is kind of the main thing.
Well, it's a big thing for adults. I think it's just a change in life. Once you get into the workforce, it's hard to find time just to get away from everything and get out there. So
Sure.
Having those programs for adults, I think, is huge. Because they're the ones that can drive. They have the money, so you got to get them out there, and then they'll bring their kids along. They'll bring the whole family along most of the time, a lot of times.
One thing cool about R3 is, everyone's journey is kind of different. My journey is not the same as Matt's. Matt's journey is not the same as yours to become a hunter. So it's cool that we get to kind of be a part of someone's journey and kind of usher that new hunter in. So that's what kind of thing that kind of drives me to do that. It's fun to watch.
Well, let's talk about the journey, because you guys are helping out with all kinds of programs. But just recently, we had the Becoming an Outdoors Woman muzzleloader hunt, and y'all were talking about how great it was. It was a beautiful morning. This lady killed an awesome deer. Talk about her excitement, and then just the thrill of finding it and her seeing it once y'all tracked it down, and you were a part of that, right, Matt?
Yeah, so I was really lucky to be a part of a really cool experience with this one lady. And actually, it was a rifle hunt, not the.
Oh, it was a rifle hunt.
Yeah,
Okay.
Last year we changed it to a rifle hunt.
Gotcha.
But nonetheless, we had these ladies out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Sunday morning was the last more beautiful weather all weekend. Had an awesome time, no matter what happened that weekend. But we got a text from one of the girls that said, I think I shot a big buck. So we were kind of excited, head out to her blind, and she kind of showed us where it was. We walked out to where it last sat. We found a blood trail on the deer. Followed up. It was an amazing blood trail, by the way, if you know anything about trailing deer. And about halfway down the ridge, I could see it down there by a log, and I could see where it laid down and passed. And I looked there. She hadn't seen it yet. So we kept getting closer. I said, you see it? You see it? She goes, no, that's just a log with roots. Well, the roots were its antlers. And I'm talking, these antlers were awesome. My heart was thumping hard because I was like, oh my gosh, if I'd have shot that deer, I'd have been the same way. So we ran down there, of course, fell down the hill a little bit, finally got to it. And it was just the experience of somebody having that connection and being understanding that they're blessed enough to be able to experience that. It was an amazing experience. And that's what we do, why we do it. And so that whole weekend, no matter how much time we did, how early we got up the morning, how much work we did to get ready for that hunt, it all went away for just a few moments.
Yeah.
So that was the coolest thing. And I know she'll remember that forever. And I've got a friend in hunting essentially already. So I think it was a really cool thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Neat.
Following that, her journey is totally different. Like you said, totally different than what we've experienced. And a lot of those women on that hunt have never killed a deer or have never hunted. Some have maybe hunted or been a part of other BOW events, but then are now getting to participate in those.
Yeah, she's a success story for sure. She went to our BOW workshop in the summer, learned how to shoot a bow. Was interested enough to try it in the woods. Actually went on a hunt with the Federation, who we partner with as well for some hunts. She went on a bow hunt, actually harvested a doe with a crossball a week or two before that.
Cool.
And then was able to come and do that. She goes, I'm hooked. I'm hooked for life. So I was like, we did our job, right?
All right.
That's awesome. But touch on the Federation and that partnership too. I didn't have that on my notes, but that's a key partner right there.
Yeah, Tennessee Wildlife Federation has their Hunt and Fish Academy. They do a lot of virtual classes, a lot of in-person classes. Kind of takes a little time away from us. They have a lot of people across the state that go out and teach people how to do all different kinds of things, from hunting to fishing to processing game, all those kinds of things. So check it out. It's on our website, on our event page, and then also on Federation. They have it listed on their page as well. And you can get out there and learn some really good skills. And like I said, we kind of cross train. We work together on that for sure. So it's a great program.
Cool. Yeah, it really is. All right, Daniel, let's jump into some of the programs that you're going to be working with and some of the things that's going on right now. I'm going to kind of lean on the hunter ed side of things. That's still, it's a big deal in Tennessee.
Yeah, for sure.
We got in-person, online. Talk a little bit about that, but then also how it kind of leads into some of those learn to hunt things that y'all are working on.
So, take hunter ed. We have hunter ed classes throughout Tennessee, especially our hunter education centers. You have one Stones River right here in right here in Nashville, and then John Sevier over in Knoxville. So have to have hunter education in Tennessee, and then kind of the next step forward. Hey, where do I go from here? I've seen a lot of parents come through those hunter ed classes and really don't know where to start. Their kids might want to hunt, but then themselves are not hunters and they don't know where. Yeah. So it's kind of a great little starting point for them. So we've kind of developed this program that's called a Learn to Hunt program. It's pretty much a workshop. It's a modified hunter ed class is what it is. But we're going to teach you how to read maps, scout, learn how to hunt out of a climber, blood trail a deer, kind of all those little things that we kind of take for granted, to really kind of give them those stepping stones to get out there and take it on for themselves.
Yeah, most of us here, I think, probably had a mentor that helped us learn how to do that, and a family member or something that showed us, and that's how we learned. So, I mean, like you said, just even climbing a tree stand, how to do that safely, or how to track a deer. I mean, it's so amazing to be in a tree stand. We learned that this week. Me and my son were hunting out of a ground blind, and a deer comes in and blows and smells us, and I'm like, man, if we'd have been in a daggum tree, we would have seen that deer before it got up on us,
Right.
And so yeah, learning those little things like that.
It's something that we really do take for granted, and then we don't always think about.
The neat thing about the hunter ed classes too is you brought it up, the parents.
Yeah,
a lot of the parents participate in that. They come to kind of monitor the class, maybe not think of themselves as a front and center student, but by and large they buy in. They see their child being interested, and then they think, hey, you always want to do something that your kid is interested in.
Exactly. And it kind of, really kind of brings that family aspect.
Yeah.
Kind of really brings that family together in that social circle. And that's one big thing about the R3 is, even on the BOW hunt this past weekend, you really don't think about it, but you're kind of sitting there listening to them, and they're sharing all their stories, and that's what really kind of brings it back. You killed a nice deer, but you hear everyone's stories, and that's what R3 is really kind of about, building that social network within your group.
Yeah. Time around the campfire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Where your stories just kind of go off in different directions.
Yeah, definitely. So if you want to find these events and some of these things that we're talking about today, go outdoorstennessee.com. Our event system is there, and you can find the different types of hunts, the different types of learn to hunt events, learn to fish events, the firearm classes, which we'll get to in a minute. And then, like Matt said, all the Federation Hunt Fish Academy events are listed there as well. So go to gooutdoorstennessee.com, the event system, and buy your license while you're there. Shooting ranges. So we got shooting ranges all across the state. You mentioned a couple, but talk a little bit about shooting ranges and then some of the firearm 101 classes you're trying to fire up.
So yeah, we have a bunch of shooting ranges across the state. Got a couple big ones we were talking about: John Sevier, Bartlett Ranch in Memphis. Yeah. And then we have Stones River here. Stones River is getting some updates. They're getting some berms done. What else are they getting done out there?
Yeah, they're redoing the berms. They're also got a steel challenge course that they put in on the very far left. If you're looking at the range at the very far left, so you can go there and participate in that. And then also they're getting ready to put in a flurry machine, which is essentially kind of a clay shooting with shotguns. So be on the lookout for that. That'll be something extra. So we're going to try to market some new things that, sometimes shooting at a target gets a little boring. So we try to mix it up a little bit. Well, sometimes. Normally it doesn't, but yeah, some people get bored just shooting at the same target. So we're going to try to mix it up a little bit, add some new things. We can do the same thing at John Sevier's, so after the ranges kind of came under our division, we started looking at things a little differently and try to get more people involved, not just shooters, but people that like to get outdoors. So we're just going to try to get as many people in there as we can with these classes. They could be people that aren't even hunters; they're just shooters. And so we would just have some, firearms classes, handgun classes, those kinds of things. Try to get more people in there and get people going.
Well, after this show, in a few weeks, we're going to go out and visit with Tim out there at Stones River, and actually get into some action shooting on those steel targets and things. So we're going to show you what it's all about.
Yeah.
So keep coming back, keep watching.
That'll be fun.
The next few episodes of Wildcast, we're going to go out there and just demonstrate and show a little bit about what's going on and try to get more people out there. He's loving it, and people wanted it, so let's get them out there and let them shoot.
Yeah, if you haven't shot steel before, it's fun. It's like instant gratification, obviously.
Yeah.
You shoot and it goes ding, and you just keep going, and you can burn through a lot of ammo quick just because it is so much fun. So, and it's not expensive. I think it's like $10 for a round, so it's not a big deal. So come on out, try it. Yeah.
And the range is busy. I mean, when I drive by there just, during open times, it's amazing how full that parking lot is.
Yep.
But they're, everybody gets accommodated and taken care of and in an orderly fashion. It's really good.
That's right.
Nice, safe place.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we touched on the Buffalo Ridge. Well, we touched on BOW, but that happens out of Buffalo. Y'all are over Buffalo Ridge Refuge. There's a lot going on out there. Can you touch on some of the updates and things that are happening there?
Well, our programs that we've been doing for years, obviously BOW, some of our outreach events that the whole agency puts on, we do out there as well.
Yep.
We're actually getting ready to break ground, fingers crossed, this first of this year. I say 2025, that is, first of 2025, to start on the major hunter education center. I'm going to call it not hunter ed, but education center out there on the range side of Buffalo Ridge. This is on Highway 13, south of Waverly. And we've got the range, the berms built pretty much. We just need to get the building and the pavilions and all that stuff finished to where we can start bringing in the public. So be ready for that. It's going to be a state-of-the-art facility, sporting clays, rifle, pistol, shotgun, archery, you name it, plus trying to get a fishing pond in there eventually, maybe on the other side of the highway. But yeah, we got some great plans and looking forward to it. It's going to be busy, but be ready for that. It's going to be a fun thing.
And that's going to be just a huge improvement to that place. It's already great, and then we're looking for this across the state too. So you may find one in your backyard before it's all said and done.
Never know.
Yeah, so it's awesome to have these places to do these things. David Lowry, our fishing outreach guy, he's not with us today, but y'all are doing fishing outreach even in the cold months. There's fishing all year round, right?
I tell you, when I was a full-time officer, I worked at Roane County, which is Watts Bar Lake, and somebody was on that lake 365 days a year. It didn't matter the weather, the time of day, somebody was on that water, and most of them obviously are fishing. So I think that's a huge sport to get people involved. It's very easy to take somebody fishing.
Yeah.
So it kind of is a segue almost for all of our other things that we do. So David's been a key to getting that Fishing 101 program going across the state. We've got trailers that we call our first catch trailers all across the state in different regions. They're utilizing them out there. They got all the gear, everything they need to do just a pop-up program somewhere at a lake, or something that's planned like a free fishing day, whatever. So we've been really pushing that, and actually some exciting stuff coming down the pipe. I hope it happens because obviously I'll be gone, but we've started the ball rolling. The National Fishing in the Schools program, we're actually going to help grant some money to some schools and get that going. Awesome. So that's essentially teaching kids in school how to fish in PE class of all places. So we've already got the archery in the schools program, but now we're going to teach them how to fish, possibly even fly fish if they're interested in that. Fly fishing, I don't know about fly fishing. I know he likes it.
It's addicting. It's like that duck hunting.
No, it's actually annoying. I think so.
It's because you're always ending up in a tree.
All that work to throw a little fly about this big. I don't get it. So give me a rooster tail. That's what I need. But nonetheless, we've got it for all. We got all the things that you need. So we're going to try to get that rolling next year. Grant some money. We're actually partnering with Tennessee Tech. One of the professors up there is actually doing some archery programs for the PE teachers. He's actually teaching them NASP when they leave. We're also going to try to get the fishing program, so when they leave, they're also certified in fishing.
Very cool.
So,
yeah.
Trying to get it all on the side going on, but yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah, that's cool. We'll have to get up there and do a show with them at Tennessee Tech. That'd be a fun conversation. But
sure.
Fishing in the schools, it's been around a while, but it's kind of taken a little while to get its feet under itself and moving. I think it'll be a great program for Tennessee.
I do too. I think just giving a little push is what's going to make it happen. A little direction and stuff. It's like a father-daughter program. I say program. The program is run by a father-daughter, and they've been doing it for years across the country.
Yeah.
And it's just slow because there's just 2 people running the whole country. So the way I look at it is if we partner with these people and then also maybe throw a little money at it, maybe it'll help it roll a little bit quicker. So that's what we're hoping.
Very cool. Well, you can find all these Fishing 101 events and things like that on GoOutdoorsTennessee.com.
Or you can contact David Lowry or our office if need be.
Yeah.
And we can tell you where he's going to be if he's got something planned or if you want something planned. Like you have
that was a neat thing that David brought up when we were talking to him earlier about a corporate event or a team building thing. You know, hey, invite us to come out. Invite David to come out with the trailer, fix everybody up, and just have a great day at the lake.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to mention, oh, shoot, lost my train of thought. Anyway. That's where you can find that. GoOutdoorsTennessee.com. Back up to shooting ranges. Lacey Lane, our shooting sports coordinator, I guess you could call her. I don't know what her official title is, but she's dealing a lot with ranges when it comes to firearms and archery and helping get some ranges going and outfitted and things like that. So, I know. Ask.twra@tn.gov. That's right, isn't it? Ask.twra. I think that's right. Just go to our website, tnwildlife.org.
TWA ask, whatever.
Yeah.
It's one way or the other.
But you can email us, and that'd be a way to get in touch with David or get in touch with Lacey or get in touch with Daniel.
Sure.
And Matt for a few more weeks. But, contact us, get in touch with us, and we'll provide more information on all these programs and things that are going on. I think that's about wrap it up. Anything else y'all want to touch on that we haven't hit on that's coming out in shooting and fishing, things like that? Yeah,
just real quick. I see you got a note about fishing report. I've actually been working with Jason Henniger, Chief of Fisheries, about getting some more reports out there. If you want to be the fishing report person, give us a call. Give Jason a call or David a call, David Lowry. And let them know, hey, I fish this lake all the time. I could probably give you some information on it. Everybody's trying to find information about certain lakes. So we've got a good list of these lakes. I don't have them in front of me, but it's a pretty good list. And then we lose people, too. So from time to time, they say, I'm done with it or whatever it is. They're done giving that report. So give us a call if you want to be involved in that. If you're somebody that fishes all the time and really knows that lake, we want to hear it. And so do the other fishermen for sure. Some of them don't want to give us that information, obviously, or they may give us false information, but at least it's information that we can put out there and say, hey, the fish aren't biting or they are biting, that type of thing, and maybe a couple other good things. So, or if you're a guide out there on one of these rivers or streams or lakes, let us know. We'll plug you too. We'll give you a little plug there.
Yeah, we've got a lot of guides that help, and that's awesome. A lot of individuals who just love to fish are on that list. On our website, tnwildlife.org, there's a button on the homepage. You can click Fishing Report. If you want to sign up for these, just scroll down. You'll see the sign up for emails. You can select fishing reports and a bunch of other things if you want to hear about those things. Sign up, get those emails, watch our social media, and watch our website. It's all there. So I wanted to jump in to Matt right here. Since you're leaving us, tell us a little bit about what has been the greatest moments and times in your career here at TWRA, and what's some things that stands out to you before we
have another hour?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I tell you what,
you got about 2 minutes.
Yeah, just like everybody says, it goes faster than you think. But it's always, you go back to the people who I've worked with in the agency, outside the agency, those connections we talked about, those connections I've made. I've got friends all across the country, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again pretty soon. And I think that's been really the legacy that I leave, is that I've made really good friendships with people here, and I think that's what it's all about.
Yeah. That's cool.
So bringing a tear to my eye.
That's what I try to do, man. I got to keep you grounded.
Well, Matt, we appreciate all that you've done for the agency through your years, through Hunter Ed and the BOW stuff and archery, and it's just been a lot. So I appreciate all that you've done for the state of Tennessee.
Yeah, we're going to keep it rolling, though.
Yeah,
Not done yet.
I like it. Daniel, thank you, and welcome to Tennessee.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all having us.
Yeah, you bet.
It's been a fun episode. Hopefully y'all learned something out there, and keep coming back. We got a lot more great shows lined up coming in the future. So like, share, subscribe, click the bell on YouTube so you get these episodes. Thanks for tuning in on the radio, and I believe that's going to wrap it up, Don.
I think so, yeah.
We'll see you all next time on Tennessee Wildcast.
Stay connected with TWRA by visiting our website at tnwildlife.org and follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram. Join us as we celebrate 75 years of conservation in our great state. You can invest in Tennessee's wildlife future by purchasing a license at GoOutdoorsTennessee.com. That's GoOutdoorsTennessee.com.